Georgetown. I'm Beverly Enos, and this is Spotlight Georgetown. You can find us on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Sometimes at other times, but those are our standards. Now, if you'd like to become part of this process, we have lots of equipment up here. We have cameras and editing equipment and computers and all kinds of things. So if you would like to learn how to use the computer or learn how to use the cameras, we'd like to have you join us. And you can become part of your cable TV committee here in Georgetown. Now today we're going to be talking to Dick Archambault, and Dick is the owner of the Goldrush Jewelers that was here for many, many years, and Dick and his wife Candy still live here in town. Welcome.
Welcome.
It's nice to have you here.
It's good to be here.
Now, how long have you lived in town?
Since 1973.
Oh, a long time.
Yeah, quite a while.
Okay, that's 30, oh yeah, long time.
Yeah.
And you have family here in town?
I do. My son Ryan and his two boys and his wife. My son Dickie's in Phoenix. He lives out there permanently, but Ryan lives right up on North Street.
And Ryan has the landscaping company?
Landscaping company.
Okay, so when you see Archambault...
Archambault Landscaping.
That's his?
That's his.
And your wife Candy's here in town too?
She is. And
now,
she runs the Goldrush.
Yep. She takes care of everything for you?
She does.
You started
basically.
it, but she runs it?
Exactly.
I have been invited to your home before. You have some of the most beautiful gardens I've ever seen. You have extensive gardens. You have it fenced out, so most people can't see them, but you have some of the most gorgeous gardens. And that's what you do with your time while Candy's running the business? Basically,
that's what I do. Gardening's my second hobby, and I think that's how Ryan got into the landscaping business. And he's very good at what he does. He's not as good as me with flowers, but he's very good.
Yeah, I've actually framed some photographs of your gardens too.
Yeah, that's your
passion right now.
Yeah, that's everything right now.
How long has Goldrush been in business?
We're going on 31 years. Be 31 years in September, and I still have the same help, Jeannie Mulligan, Candy, and me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, due to the economy the way it is, 2 years ago we had to lay Susie off. That was a tough thing. She was with us 28 years.
Yeah.
Jeannie's been with us 31 years.
So she's from the very beginning.
And she's a Georgetown girl.
And you first opened on West Main Street.
We did.
Right
in
where
the old
right now there's
Bill's Bakery.
Right, where Bill and Jan's and Bill's Bakery was.
Yeah, Bill and Jan's.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Sklar was the owner at the time. And then we moved 3 years later, just under 3 years later, we moved over to Rossi's on Central Street. And we were there until 1999. And now we're in Rowley at 174 Newburyport Turnpike.
Which is the corner right opposite
the Agawam Diner.
The Agawam Diner. That's
right.
how everybody
knows where it is.
Everybody knows the diner.
And it's going on 11 years there. So
it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been quite a while.
Why did you ever get into jewelry? What is the background that got you started with jewelry?
Well, there's a couple ways of looking at this here. Number one, my wife didn't have a job.
Okay.
So I figured I'd get her a job.
She's going to love that.
Number two is I was wholesaling jewelry to other jewelers. And it got to a point, and I was working at the GE part-time. I was doing the jewelry part-time. And it got to the point where I couldn't do both because the jewelry was getting so big. Then I wasn't getting paid in the wholesale end the way I wanted to, and I said it'd be easier to open a store, truthfully.
Okay.
At least I'd get paid. And that's basically how we started the store. We started doing jewelry parties, nights, to get a feel for it, and built up a good customer base, plus what I had over the GE. And then one day I told the GE I was all done. I gave them a 30-day notice and never looked back.
Wow.
That was it.
How did you even get into the wholesale business?
Well, I've always been a salesman, so to speak, or whatever you want to call it, entrepreneur. And jewelry was it just seemed like the right thing. I sold everything. Belt buckles, T-shirts, sweatshirts, ran home parties for years. But the jewelry was what I liked the best.
So you have a lot of experience in what other type of credentials? Have you taken
courses?
I've
taken GIA courses, diamond courses, and The girls have also, and I'm a member of the National Association of Jewelry Appraisers, senior charter member. My specialty is gems and diamonds, and I'm pretty proud of that. I'm pretty knowledgeable. I think I am anyhow.
Well, you've done a good job for all the stuff I brought in. So, what does the store offer?
The store offers just about everything. We're full service. We do complete line of repairs, jewelry repairs, watches, pearls, pearl restringings.
And you do that in-house?
No, we don't. We have a shop in Waltham that we've had for 28 years. They do us and 2 other jewelers.
Okay.
And like I say, we're fully insured. We go to week. Most repairs and custom work are done in a week's time. And the girls are very knowledgeable, as well as me. I mean, they're well trained in school. They've taken courses. And Candy and Jeannie are both very, very good at design.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that helps me tremendously. That gives me the opportunity to do the gardening and whatever else I'm doing.
Plus, they're very friendly when you walk in the door.
Well, they know.
They know everybody.
They know everybody,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
At Christmas is kind of a joke because most of the time the customers that don't know me want to wait for the girls. And I tell them I'm just part-time help anyhow.
Yeah, because you show up around the holidays a
Oh,
lot.
yeah, the holidays I'm always there. And I'm there by appointment. If somebody needs me, they know how to get a hold of me.
So where does your customer base come from now that you've been established for so long?
Now well, finally Georgetown. We got a good following in Georgetown, Raleigh, from Newburyport on.
Okay.
But I got my same Lynn customers, Salem, Beverly, Peabody, Danvers. I grew up in Salem. Candy grew up in Beverly. We're pretty diverse. We got a real strong customer base. Most of my customers, probably 30, 35 years I've had, or
so
better.
They're long-term.
Or better. And now we're getting the children in, selling them diamonds. I mean, it's really unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know you're getting older.
When you see
When
the
you see
children
the
and
kids
the
coming
grandchildren.
in to buy,
Yes.
and the grandchildren. So it's pretty good.
One of the things I wanted you to talk about today is gold and the price of gold. Gold has just really shot up there. The price of gold has really gone way up in the last couple of years.
It's gone crazy, totally off the wall. Right now it's roughly $11.50 an ounce, which is the highest I'll bet in 20, 25 years. It's the highest since I've been in the business. And what it does is it does 2 things. It slows the buying process. People can't afford to buy it. And it reverses itself in the fact that you can see more people coming in repairing and doing custom work, taking what they have and making new things out of it. So what we lose in sales, we pick up in custom work and repairs.
So the economy hasn't changed all that much for you?
The economy hasn't, it's changed a little bit. Things are down a little bit, but we're very fortunate. Like I say, this is where your customer base and your friends come in.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to have that. And you have to treat them right.
Yep.
We're very customer oriented. We're in tune to our customers, and most of them, their budgets and this and that. So, I mean, and we work with them.
Yep.
There's certain things you do, certain things you don't, but over the years you learn.
Now,
what
back
you
to the
can
gold. Do you buy gold?
We buy gold.
You buy
Mostly scrap gold.
scrap gold.
Some estate.
I was talking a little bit earlier with you in one of the senior centers that I teach at. They did a gold party.
Right.
And they had somebody come in and weigh the gold, and they bought it. And for people that are out there, it's amazing how much cash you can get from the earring that you lost, the other earring, single earrings, the ring that the stone is gone and the ring is bent, the bracelet that you'll never wear again that doesn't have a clasp. All those little bits, they weigh it all together, and then all of a sudden can be hundreds of dollars.
It can be. It very easily can be. And what we do basically there is we break it down. It's usually 9, 10, 14, 18, and rarely do you see 22, but if it's Saudi or,
So each
category brings a different price.
Different price.
Okay. And we use a formula going by the gold price of the day. Some days it's, today it might be 1150, tomorrow it might be 1160. Yesterday it might be 1120. It's fluctuating all the time, so to speak. All right, so you use the formula for the different carat strengths, and you pay accordingly.
So there are a lot of people out there that could have literally thousands of dollars hanging around in their jewelry boxes, old things.
This is when you see them too. People that are hurting, that are out of work, they need the money. They don't want to, they don't want to scrap out, but they have no choice. It's a totally different atmosphere in our business now than it was, say, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
People are hurting.
Yeah. But it's a real advantage to be able to take what you're never going to wear again.
They consider it found money.
Yeah.
People are going, like you say, they're going in their drawers, okay, and finding mismatched earrings or broken earrings, broken chains, bracelets, that they don't give a second thought to until they bring it in, and they end up with $400 or $500.
Yeah.
And they're thrilled.
It's like free cash.
Thrilled to death. Well, yeah, it's found money.
Yeah.
We call it found money.
Yeah.
Because it's been there all these years. They never had any desire to go looking for it or thinking about it. But with gold so high, it's the ideal time to do it.
Yeah.
And again, there's a lot of things that are hand-me-downs and things like that there that they're reworking, which works good for us.
That was the next question. How has jewelry styles changed through the 30-some-odd years that you've been in the business?
This area here, truthfully, Bev, is very funny. It's very traditional. We're 2 to 4 years behind LA and New York, okay? Contemporary in my store in particular doesn't sell, okay? Anything that's off the wall doesn't sell. It's pretty traditional old New England, okay? And people are pretty, these people around here, our customers are anyhow, because we teach them, are pretty in tune to prices, They have a pretty good idea what's what. As far as, you have to take care of them.
Yeah.
But they are very traditional.
And is it more gemstones or is it more gold?
Right now
or
it's
silver?
No, gold is dead. Sterling silver has gone off the walls. We've taken in 2 new lines of sterling silver highline with a rhodium finish that does not tarnish. It's ideal. It's affordable.
Okay.
Gold sales, truthfully, are around 40, 50, maybe 60% off, depending on the time of the year.
Silver's coming
But silver's gone up 200%.
Okay.
And it's still affordable. Like I say, the styles are incredible. You can walk out, we always say you can walk out with a bag full of sterling for $100.
Yeah.
You can get a piece of gold about this big for $100. So it's worked out good for us that way there.
Do people still buy a lot of gemstones? Is that still popular?
Gemstones are very popular. Diamonds are still #1. Gemstones go, in cycles. They, if there's any, trouble in the world or conflict stones involved, people stop buying them, just like that.
I remember tanzanite was very popular for quite a few years.
Tanzanite was. Now, tanzanite is one of my favorites, and probably one of yours.
Yeah.
It's purple.
Right.
All right, so that goes without saying. But tanzanite now is making a comeback. What happened with the tanzanite so much is that it's like De Beers with the diamonds. There's Tanzanite 1 now, and they've taken over everything. So where we used to be able to buy from different suppliers, now Tanzanite is just dried up.
It's controlled.
It's controlled.
Okay.
And it's controlled very well. And Tanzanite can be very, very pricey, depending on the quality.
It's Tanzania.
Right.
Tanzania is where it came from.
It is.
Now, where do some of the other stones, like Topaz, where do you find?
Most of that stuff comes from Africa. Most
Really?
of our stuff does.
Okay.
And we're with we do the Tucson Gem Show, which is the largest in the world, when we can, when it's feasible.
But most of them are mined in Africa?
Most of them are mined in Africa. And Thailand, you get a lot of Thai stones.
Okay.
The thing you have to be careful there with is you have to know your suppliers, because the treatments now they're using are so enhanced, and they're so far above what was on the market 20 years ago. If you don't stay right up with it, it's very easily to get ripped off.
Right. Now, a true diamond is a diamond that's been mined. And a true gemstone is one that's been mined.
Exactly.
But there are a lot of, people hear about the diamonds. There are a lot of other stones that look like diamonds, but they're not really.
Right.
But even the other
Anything
gemstones.
that's not mined, don't let anybody kid you, is synthetic in our mind.
Okay.
Okay.
And how is this synthetic stone made?
Well, it's a lot of them are grown, or lab grown, what we call lab created.
They
okay.
create the crystal, or
Right. They start with a nucleus and they go from there. Pressure, it's built under pressure, just like it would be in the ground, but it's not in the
but
ground.
it's done in a laboratory.
And it's done in a laboratory and it's man-made, okay? And it doesn't command the price, you know.
Yeah.
And
But sometimes it's just as pretty.
sometimes it's just as pretty and some people just don't care. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll
It's
tell
not
you,
in-
you really have to be up on, you know, I'm studying all the time. The girls study all the time. You have to be aware of what's out there and what they're doing to it. Most of your colored stones, especially, you know, sapphires, rubies, topaz, they're all heat treated. You know, there's a
But is
million
that still a
things.
natural stone?
That's a natural stone.
Okay.
And that's a natural thing they usually do to it. It's natural as far as natural can be. It comes
Okay.
out of the ground.
Comes
okay?
out of the ground,
A
and then
true
it's treated.
natural sapphire, right. And it's widely accepted. There's no problem at all with it.
Okay.
Again, you can't sell a ruby that's been heat treated, okay, as a natural ruby because it's not. It's
So you
been
have to make sure
treated.
that
You have to make sure your customer knows, you know.
And people need to make sure the jeweler knows.
I can't mention names, but it was just this past fall. 3 big jewelers, well-known jewelers, were caught with, you know, fracture-filled stones, not disclosing it. Charging what they should have been charging for a regular, you
Yeah.
know, natural stone, and not disclosing it. And they got caught. So again, your reputation in this business is everything.
Yeah.
Believe me when I tell you.
You've been in. We miss you in
This
Georgetown.
is-
I will tell you
Well, I
that.
miss Georgetown too.
Yeah.
But most of our people have come over, and it's been great. Like I say, it's a nice location.
Yeah.
There's plenty of parking,
Yeah.
and it's always good to see your old customers.
Yeah, it is.
We like it.
And it's good to see an old friend.
Well, it's good to see you.
Thank you very much.
anytime.
Thank you for
Well,
doing the
thank
show
you.
with me. See?
It was a
that
pleasure.
wasn't so tough.
It was tough enough.
For all of you out there, if you have jewelry boxes that have leftover gold earrings or bracelets or all those types of things, that's cash money you can find. So think about going through that. I'm Beverly Enos. This is Spotlight Georgetown. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Bye for now.